our stretch from the 6 or 7 minute mark in the first half to I don't know, the first 7 minutes of the second half was probably as good as any consecutive stretch that we played this year. So it was exciting to see that, just the the level of defense that we were playing through that stretch, and just the ball was moving very well, and guys were making a lot of plays out there. So it was a lot of fun to watch.
Were you upset prior to then? Were you talking to the team just about defense not being very good?
We had some subtle breakdowns, and again, the kid Jackson is a very good player. He's scored, he's scoring a lot of points this year, and we missed, we lost him. We over rotated and left him a couple of times in the first half, and then there was a ball screen or two where we weren't up, and then he turned the corner and got a 3-point play. So there were a few plays like that, but they scored a little bit too easily in the post and the paint, and that was an issue with our defense. But once we settled into the game, and we really locked down very well for a large part of the game.
Did you make decisions to change the way you were defending the post?
We just talked to the guys about anchoring down better and just holding their ground a little better. The kid's about 250 pounds, solid, and he was kind of backing us in a couple of times. So it was more. I was pleased though, just overall. I think we created 18 turnovers. That was a priority based on just what we saw on film and just being active on defense, and that was a real plus defensively.
With the injuries too, I mean, obviously guys being out, but knowing that it is one game at a time. But as you get later in the season, I think especially with depth and, like you said, mixing lineups, how important is it to get those guys in if later on teams are in foul trouble and get that experience?
Our ceiling is very high. It's when we get guys back and guys that are very important. Again, tonight not having 2 starters and a rotation, and having 8 scholarship players available tonight. It was not easy. We knew going in that the margin was pretty narrow, not to have key players in foul trouble, and we had some ways to work through that if that became the case. But it's nice when you could count on guys like Zylan's approach. I thought was unbelievable. Just the way his patience, his unselfishness, his passing, and his defense. I mean, he's a winner, and that kid is a heck of a player. And I think he's 1 assist short of a triple-double from the forward spot. So it's really great when you have a guy like that out there.
Does a game like tonight also showcase his leadership abilities? Just having some of the other guys running on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, for a game like this, after the emotion of last week and just the excitement of winning a tournament like that and knocking off a top 15 team, to have the maturity to come back and play a mid-major opponent that if you weren't ready to play, that game would have went down to the wire, like it did at Colorado with this team. So it was great that we were able to have that stretch to really separate from them, and I think Zylan's maturity and was clutch for us to do that.
The last 2-3 games, it seems like always talking about Tayshaun Cherry and his development. Tonight a career high. Is he really just in the trajectory that you expect him to?
Yeah, I mean he's just really made some great plays. Just his defense was solid, and he adds a new dimension to our team. For a guy that you can't leave unaccounted for, behind the 3-point line. The way he could shoot it, and even the times we got him in the mid post, he that mid-range jump shot's very good too. So and he's not just that, but it was nice to see him being in a great rhythm on offense.
What's been the difference between the last 2 games for him and the first few?
I mean, it's a matter of time. I've been talking about that, and just when you have an injury that you're out for 5 weeks and you miss over a month of practice and all that time, it takes a while to get back and find your rhythm.
Coach, it seemed like the defense really picked up as the game went on. Was that something that you called? Was there a scheme change, or was that just more of an effort?
No, look, they hit some shots, and I give them credit. They were ready to play. I mean, they came out. Kid Jackson's a good player, and I thought we did a great job on Gibson. Overall throughout the whole game, he was another guy we were, pretty concerned about. again, just shoring up points in the paint, you know, and not, the kid Pyle, I think at 13 at halftime, he's averaging 9, so just to try and limit, you know, guys like that, having that kind of impact on the game early. They went to him a lot, we didn't handle that, the best possible way, that we can, but I know there's other things, you know, I think they banked one from the corner, you know, so I mean, there were things happening out there too, you know, if you were watching, so.
Bobby, when do you expect to have Rob and, I mean, your whole team, when do you expect to have your whole team back together?
Look, it's, I know that, like, I mean, I could go through the whole injury report, but I'm not really gonna do that, but it's, you know, the doctors, I spent Monday morning in the doctor's office for several hours, so, you know, I've been there more than I've ever been there. And we're progressing, everyone's progressing, the guys that aren't in there, and I'm being told, and just feedback I'm getting from the guys that are out and from our doctors, that these aren't, you know, long-term things to be concerned about. But at the same time, I'm gonna protect my players, make sure that they're 100% healthy when they have an opportunity to go. Remy was just a warrior to play through his situation in Vegas, knowing the importance of that tournament for our season, and you know, with the high ankle sprain to give the minutes that he gave, and was so good against Mississippi State. He just, based on that effort, he needed to not play tonight, and he's day to day. Rob is day to day. Mickey's day to day, and each day we'll see how they feel and reevaluate.
And you think you guys are so athletic and play close to the basket? Is that style conducive to conference play and then postseason play too?
Well, I mean, you try and basketball sometimes comes down to matchups and where you have an advantage on the floor. And you know, with us, with Zylan's unique ability to, you know, to knife his way to the basket because he's got such a great first step, and then he's such a good passer. If help is coming to him, that, you know, we're going to play through him quite a bit in a number of different ways. I mean, he played, you know, point guard some for us tonight, and you know, we could play through Tay, we could play through Lake and Romello White. So the ball's going to go inside, and believe me, Lou's going to have plenty of chances too. You know, to play in ball screens and make plays on the perimeter. I thought Kamani had great minutes as well. Just some of the shot making that he had through the stretch that we were playing, you know, our very best of the night. So there's a lot of weapons on the floor, and you just hope that, you know, that we make the right choices with you know, who we go after. You know, when you have Dort and Cherry and Zylan and either Lake or Romello White and Kamani, there's a lot of guys that can make plays out there. So you just, you know, you move the ball and you find, you know, the matchup that you need to find.
Do you think your guys are unselfish enough, mature enough to handle all that when everybody comes back to share the ball, and it might be one guy in one game, somebody else in the next?
They haven't shown me or given me any reason to believe that they won't be that way. See, I don't think we have any straight scorers on this team. I mean, Lou Gantz will score points, but I don't think he identifies himself as a scorer. So he does so many different things: rebounds, guards the ball, steals the ball, blocks. I mean, he's like an all-around player. Most of the guys that we have, I think, value doing a lot of different things well, and so by nature, you know, just the roster itself is kind of built towards moving the ball, making the right play.
Guys, good?
Yeah, thank you.
Bring a couple players.
Let's go.